Say it. Say it now. Say it.
Itadori, I apologize.
Say it.
I apologize. I apologize, Itadori. I was in the wrong for doubting you.
Yes, sir.
And you are not a fraud.
Real quick editor's note, I just want to say that the first half of this video is a mix of TCB scans and the scans of these guys right here, because I was supposed to make this video yesterday, but I had school last night, so I went to bed like a normal person, get your sleep. But I'll make sure to change it for like the good stuff, like the domain and whatnot. But yeah, just know it's gonna be a little low quality. Also, I cooked the hell out of this dude right here. Other than that, we good, and yeah, enjoy the video.
You are mine! You are mine!
So we start off this chapter coming off of Yuji's Black Flash, and we see that he hit this man Sukuna so hard that he ended up on the first floor again. And you can tell he's about to do something devious with the way he's staring down right now. He's about ready to crash out. I am never saying that corny shit ever. What the fuck? But Yuji over here unfazed. He's still locked in. Then the narrator starts talking. He says that Gojo was able to regain his RCT output after hitting 2 Black Flashes, and Sukuna should be able to do the same since he also hit 2 Black Flashes. And at this point he should have regenerated both of his arms, finished up the sorcerers, and called it a day. But thanks to Yuji hitting 7 Black Flashes between the barriers of Sukuna and Megami's souls, he's now unable to do this, meaning that he lost the chance to regain his RCT, proving once again that Yuji Itadori is the GOAT. Then we cut over to Miguel and Laurie chilling up on the top of the building. And yeah, I'm gonna call this dude by his real name now cause he earned my respect. Miguel's over here trolling, saying that he did a good job, and he's looking up to heaven talking about God have mercy on him. He too funny, man. And Laurie over here on 1 HP saying that he's still alive, but nah for long. Cause after Miguel notices a menacing aura, we see Sukuna hit a domain expansion out of nowhere. Straight up, I didn't even believe this when I saw it the first time on the stream, cause ain't no way he gonna hit a domain with one hand. Narrator talking about how through the sparks of black, the domain of the king returns to its lord. This whole fight he been moving like Jokic against the Lakers. He does not miss. My first thought when looking at this domain was, what the hell? Cause this is just nasty. Some Maya wannabe was talking about how this was Megami's domain and he used the 10 shadows or whatever to do this, which is a lie cause Megami could never do something this cool. After searching around on Twitter and finding 2 really smart people, we find out that this is a consequence of Sukuna forcing the manifestation of his innate domain, and it also shows the brain damage that he's occurred so far. You also can't see it on this page, but it looks like he's using Gojo's infinite void hand sign. Basically, by altering his hand sign and using the part of his brain not messed up by unlimited void, because apparently Megami wasn't a good enough crash dummy, he was able to conjure his domain again. Also with the help of a few binding vows and those black flashes from before, he was basically able to get his domain off with the same conditions as it had regularly, but not without a price, which we'll get to later. Also, shout out to these 2 over here for translating that and figuring that out, because I was not gonna find that. Then we cut to a flashback, and this is gonna be a major yap session, so bear with me real quick. The squad is over here chatting about their future fight, and Hikari states that anyone who's gonna fight needs to know RCT and simple domain. Maki over here is like, oh, I don't need to do that. And Hikari's like,
we do not care.
He talking hella crazy for a guy who would get washed by her in about 2 seconds, but hey, let's move on. Choso states that he and Yuji can learn RCT no problem. But before he states why, he questions the other RCT users, aka Yuta, Hikari, and Shoko, on how they do it, or more specifically, how do they make up for their loss of blood. Hikari says that his is automatic, Yuta is just like that so he does it off instinct, and Shoko says that she does it by converting cursed energy into blood. Shoso says that's what he thought, and that his body allows him to convert his blood into cursed energy no problem, which Shoko notes that would make it easier for them to learn RCT. And Choso states that if Yuji eats the rest of his brothers, he can do the same. Plus, he and Yuji won't lose as much cursed energy as the average RCT user, thanks to their bodies. Choso says that Yuji should pair up with someone who knows RCT for relay training. And Yuji's as confused as I am, wondering what he's talking about, until Wee Wee pipes up. He starts telling us about his technique, and how he and others can teleport to places that he's marked. There isn't really a full translation for this right now, but the gist is that he can help swap the souls between 2 beings, which is tough, I can't lie. Gotta give this little man his props again. Already done more in this fight than both Kashimo and Hikari combined. Shit crazy. They talk for some more, but I can't even lie, I don't even know what they're talking about. I'm on the same level of confused as Yuji is. Talking about, what? Really? Even Wee Wee starting to get mad at all these questions. But just understand that Wee Wee can swap the souls of two bodies, allowing the technique of a sorcerer to be engraved in the other body. Alright? Then Kusakabe pipes up, asking Yuji why he was able to grow so fast as a sorcerer. He's over here trying to be slick, acting like he's a prodigy like Yuta, but Kusakabe tells him that it's thanks to Sukuna. Since Sukuna was in his body using special grade Jujutsu, Yuji's body contains the remnants or the memories of that Jujutsu. That's why he's able to understand techniques so fast. So Kusakabe's plan is to do the same thing, but he's gonna teach him Simple Domain instead. Then Hakari pipes up. He wonders if that would even be possible, since Simple Domain has a binding vow to be specifically used with a New Shadow style. Because correct me if I'm wrong, New Shadow style is a sword fighting style, while Simple Domain is a technique within that style. And Yuji isn't a sword user, so I don't really know how that works honestly. Because we've seen other non-sword users like Yuki, Toho, and Gojo use it themselves. So feel free to explain this to me in the comments. But Mei says that they got this taken care of and everyone can be happy. Not me though, I'm not gonna be happy until she gets that interview with Chris Hansen. Wee Wee says that the limit for the exchanges will be 2 times per person, so you gotta pick the right people. And the fact that every fighter besides Maki did this brings up a whole lot of questions that I'll address at the end of this video. But moving on, we get back to the fight and we see Yuji hitting that Simple Domain. Something this small shouldn't mean that much, but then bombs, Ricardo, we're calling this dude a punch kick merchant not even a few chapters ago, and now he basically got a full inventory. And I'ma keep bringing up these allegations until every Yuji hater either crawls back to where they came from or accepts him as the GOAT, cause I'm not letting this disrespect slide. All he needs now is a domain. Speaking of which, Yuji's looking up at that monstrosity of a domain that Sukuna created, and he notices that it's incomplete, meaning that there's a loophole, and we cut over to Sukuna, and it turns out that Yuji's assumption was correct. Even in this dire situation, Sukuna 1 did not reduce the complexity of the barrier, aka making it that they couldn't run away, and 2 did not make it smaller as he did in Shibuya. The reason why he didn't cover the barrier like a shell is because he wouldn't be able to beat Maki, because remember, domains don't register her as an entity because she has no CE, meaning that the sure hit effect would have been useless. On the other hand, if he used his regular domain preferences, I'm low-key gonna kill my Cleave would be able to slice her up, meaning that everything would be good. But right now, Sukuna's running on fumes, and he's not gonna be able to maintain this complex of a domain that long. He has 99 seconds until the domain collapses, and then it's game over. Then we cut to the next page, and we see everyone hanging on. Yuji hitting a Simple Domain, Choso out here looking for his brother even throughout all this, and most importantly, we see the shiesty sorcerer hitting that Simple Domain, protecting himself. Really pulled up to this fight as a regular ass dude, and he is still holding on. Like, is that not crazy to y'all? Like, they were calling this nigga Kashimo, the lightning god, and he got waffled like it was nothing. Meanwhile, this dude is still here. Put some respect on my man Ino's name. We also see Miwa over here protecting Maki since she can't use Simple Domain herself. If y'all were in the stream last night, y'all probably saw how I had a brain aneurysm trying to figure out who this was. At first, my delusional ass thought this was Yuki. I miss her so much. But after further review, we can see that it was Miwa. And I'm proud of her and all, and y'all see how I'll be gassing her up in my comments, but when it comes to Miwa, I'm like that one baby daddy that be pulling up after their son becomes famous. I'm gonna be here for the good times and the good times only. The second Sukuna wipes the floor with her, I will be gone. Then we see a Yuji Simple Domain begin to break. And as he falls, we see that bro lost an entire foot, shit hanging on by a thread like Ricardo's hair after that retwist. All that Yuji hate done caught up to bro when he lost his hair. But from what we've seen from Choso, this really isn't a problem, as he was able to send off his arm or hand and reattach it. And it seems like Yuji has done the same thing, as he immediately gets back up, locked in. And just as he gets the slightest hope that he can tank this, we see Sukuna bring out those flames. And remember, these are the same flames that turned Shibuya into a skate park, packed up Maharaga and Jogo effortlessly too. And oh nah, I can't even lie to y'all, it might be over. As for my thoughts on this chapter, Gege really has been on a generational run. All these chapters are jam-packed with these large chunks of lore, fighting, and he balances it out so well. In each chapter, you never know what's gonna happen next. Nobody predicted that Sukuna was gonna pop out that incomplete domain, or that Yuji would hit 7 black flashes in one chapter. You gotta give this man his props, he's unpredictable. Also, it might seem bad right now, but keep your Yuji stocks. I know for a fact he's gonna cook up next chapter. And when it comes to betting on Yuji, you are almost guaranteed a W. Also, finally being able to see Sukuna's flame technique is pretty cool, especially since it's been 4 years since it was first revealed. I didn't know they were being for real when they named it Malevolent Kitchen in those translations. He really do be slicing and cooking things up. The Heian era Gordon Ramsay. My big question though is like, who else did the swap chaining besides Yuji? I bet Hakari and Yuta both did it since they're fighters, but who did they do it with? Gojo? Kusakabe as well? It's interesting to wonder, but I guess we'll find out in 2 weeks. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and goodbye. Before we end it off, this video was sponsored by Anime Express. Anime Express has a variety of merchandise from all your favorite animes, such as Jujutsu Kaisen, Naruto, Demon Slayer, One Piece, and others. They got a variety of stuff and cool things, such as hoodies, t-shirts, necklaces, and this dope ass sword over here. Personally, my favorite is the Choso hoodie, cause as much as I be hating on bro, this shirt is tough as hell. And if you want 10% off, use my code NOAH10 at checkout. Link in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching.